We can't use our all minds because it is very different than experience. For example, if use full our mind, then it consumes enough energy that's can tired us for every decision, and our body didn't have enough glucose levels to allow this. There to make it's enough energy efficient. That's pros is done at night and store as daily basic information. That's process have to allow to us finding sorter and minimum resources required decision at very affordable energy prices. At night our unconscious brain making every possible decision with ourselves gathered information with our mindset concepts, and without it, it also gives all possible behavior of every person we have relationship with it, friends and enemy. It also trying to give perfect response virtually. This is all about unconscious brain as possible I have known. We don't need it. It replaced by dream as more faster and efficient alternative options and keeps to update our behavior. Dreams are nothing but virtual decision practice of ours mind. Why can't we use more of our brain capacity? I mean, there are many people out there who are very, very smart, and there are even more people who are just basically functioning just to get by. And of course, a lot of people know, or have heard the story of Einstein using only 10% of his brain, and I am no Einstein, so by deduction, I must use less. Or, look at those people gathered around that person over there. People just line up to hear what he or she has to say because they must be very smart. Observations do not always make truth, but they do show patterns, and most people are easily swayed to follow patterns. This is true because it involves an ease. An ease without having to think for a moment why we believe it or do it without question. I mean, come on, everyone else is doing it. We tend to lose our ability to be sentient beings, and focus on being followers. I don't think this is by accident either. It is the formality of how we grow. From the beginning to the end there are encoded into the fabrics of who we are time releases to further our understandings. Some call it social heredity. We can't move beyond our current state of existence until enough of us have developed and mastered the lessons we are currently under. Does this make us a collective whole functioning on different parts? I would absolutely say yes. Time is moving, and so we are becoming more and more aware of who we are. As our understanding increases and our awareness to this next reality falls into our rebirth of knowledge, I believe then and only then will our brain capacity open up to unfurl the human race into a new horizon. You, over the course of a day, use pretty close to 100% of your brain, you overnatural superhuman. Winking face. The problem here is that of the common fact you are referring to is plainly wrong, and b, the energy consumption of your brain. So to clear things up a bit, if you were to not use the 90% of your brain as the fact implies, then why keep it? Evolution has had plenty of time to get rid of this energy-consuming useless pack of tissue. So the simple fact that you have it makes it really likely that you use all of it. Winking face. But the second problem you address with that question is energy. Your brain makes up roughly about 2% of your total body mass but consumes about 20% of your daily energy uptake. So all of this firing and mostly recharging your neurons takes enormous amounts of energy. So it is true that you use only a limited fraction of your brain at one moment in time. Using all of it would be on the one side way too expensive in terms of energy consumption, and on the other hand useless, even destructive. Your brain is somehow like a Swiss clock. It's all about precaution and timing of activity that makes your thoughts producing and life-keeping organ working. Decharging, that is using or firing all neurons at once, would be like a bulldozer riding about your fragile clockwork. Quite literally, you will be dead once all neurons in your brain discharge at once. There is nothing working then anymore. By the way, this is why you should really not try to enhance brain power by powering it with external current. Your neurons will simply start to discharge, fire in an unordered, deadly fashion. So yes, you cannot use all of your brain at once, but you use pretty much all of it, but everything at the right time in the right amount. And as in Lucy, if you were to use 100% of it at a time, your mind would really dissolve, but without the sci-fi reappearing everywhere, you would be dead.